Hello, beautiful family. Welcome back to Cooking with Gloria. Today, I want to share with you a very easy and delicious masa for tamales made from maseca for tamales that I know you guys are really going to love. This is an easy recipe and there's no need to buy tamales when you can make them at home. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. This amazing masa for tamales, maseca for tamales, these are the ingredients: half an onion, baking powder, lard, chicken broth, and of course, the maseca for tamales. There's no need to go buy tamales when you can make them at home. They come out very fluffy and delicious. You're going to love them. So let's get started. I want to start with the half an onion that I'm going to slice just like that. The onion I am using to infuse the lard with the amazing flavor of the onion. And here I have a pan getting nice and hot. I'm going to add my lard. And of course, you're going to have all the ingredients in the description box. Once the lard starts melting away, you are ready to add your onion. Add your onion, cook it in medium-low heat until the onion is caramelized. When the onion is caramelized, it has infused the lard with the delicious flavor of the onion. This is a very delicious technique that I am sure you are going to love. Once the onion is nice and caramelized, turn off the stove and just leave it there. Let it go to room temperature. Look at this. Just leave it there, and then let's continue with the dry ingredients. I'm using my stand mixer with the hook attachment, and here I'm going to add 4 cups of maseca for tamales. Let me tell you, once you make this recipe, you are really going to love it. Your tamales are gonna come out very fluffy and delicious, and with the technique of the onion in the lard, amazing. I am sure once you do your tamales, of course, you're gonna add any kind of filling. I'm adding here my baking powder, and now I am ready to just incorporate it really good. Make sure that you always incorporate the dry ingredients first. I'm not adding any salt because I'm using chicken broth. But if you are just using water, then you need to add 2 tablespoons of salt. The salt is to taste. Now I am ready to get the onion out of the lard. Every single piece, and this really makes a difference. The lard is infused with the delicious flavor of the onion. So now I'm going to turn my stand mixer, and I am ready to pour the lard into the dry ingredients. Make sure you pour all your lard in there and let it mix for just a couple minutes. I would say 15 minutes before you clean the bowl, and you make sure that all the mixture is wet and it's penetrated with the lard and the onion. Now I'm going to help myself with the spatula. I'm going to clean the sides, even the bottom, because sometimes the bottom will have the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to mix everything all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to turn it back on. And slowly I am going to be adding the chicken broth. I added 4 cups of maseca for tamales, and I am adding 4 cups of chicken broth. It needs to be warm or it needs to be hot, but not cold. not cold, because you really want your tamales to be really fluffy and delicious, moist. So I'm gonna be adding a little bit at a time. I'm not gonna turn my stand mixer off. I'm just gonna keep adding the chicken broth until I like the texture of the dough. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you the secret. You don't need to add too much lard to get delicious tamales. You just need a little bit of lard to give that amazing flavor to your tamales. And here, I want to show you that just be careful and be cleaning your bowl with the spatula, making sure that everything is getting nice and incorporated. Let me show you the texture. Like I said, you add a little bit at a time of your chicken broth. Don't add everything at one time. You want to make sure that everything is getting coated and covered with the lard and of course with the chicken broth. So here I am going to continue mixing and pouring my chicken broth. This is a time consuming, but I know that once you make these tamales with the delicious feeling, you are going to continue making them at home. Instead of buying them for the holidays, you can make them at home and add any kind of filling, pork filling, chicken filling. On my channel, you have so many recipes of tamales that I am sure that you are going to love them. Well, here, this is the secret. I want to show you the secret of the masa. Nobody tells you the secret, but I'm going to give it to you. This secret comes from generations back, and now it's time to reveal the secret of the masa. I'm going to get a little bit of the masa, and I have a cup with water. I'm going to throw it in there, and if it floats, that means the masa is ready to make your tamales. Yes, I know that you didn't know this trick, but let me show you. The masa needs to float. If it's mixed correctly and the dry and the wet ingredients and the lard is just perfect, the masa will float to the top. And now my masa is ready. I am ready to pour it on the presentation plate because, of course, with this masa, I'm going to make some delicious pork and chicken tamales that I will give you my video. I will bring the video up so that you could see it and that you could enjoy this amazing masa with your family. And let me show you. It's not too greasy at all. Look at the palms of my hands. You can see that it's not too greasy, but the tamales are going to come out amazing. There's no need to add so much lard, just enough to enjoy a delicious homemade tamal. Look at the palms of my hands. They're not shiny at all, but tamales are going to come out so fluffy and delicious. I'll see you in a bit.
My friends, I am completely done with this amazing masa for tamales. If your masa floats, that means that you mixed the batter very good for your tamales, and your tamales are going to come out very fluffy and delicious. This is the technique. When you know your masa is ready and you have mixed it very well, when you add little pieces of masa into the water, the masa will float to the top. So that's a great tip. If you liked and loved my recipe, I invite you to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share this video on social media with your friends, with your relatives, so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push that notification bell, and if you did, leave it activated. So every time I make an amazing recipe, yes, you're going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. peace, and love. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of Cooking with Gloria. Like, subscribe, and share. Happy holidays, and see you on my next delicious recipe. Bye-bye.